I know it's been quite a while, but I'm back from the gym now, and just wanted to just hop on the phone here and just speak some things. I'm not sure how long this video is gonna be or anything, but it depends on like, do you know how long I talk? So something the Lord's been just talking to me about is on stewardship. And shout out to Sintake, if y'all know Sintake, bro. He's another brother that speaks wisdom here on YouTube. Yeah, he's going crazy. So yeah, I've been watching it for quite a while, but I had just seen a video on him speaking on it, and I'm like, yo, this is something that's like just been a topic in my life currently, and just not only just stewardship, but just responsibility, taking responsibility in general, because I just turned 20, and I'm at the age where I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to take responsibility for my own actions and what I do, especially spiritually, as I get closer and closer to the Lord. So, I guess I just wanted to say that first, there's a verse, it's Luke 16:10-12, where it talks about whoever can be trusted with little can be trusted with much, but whoever is dishonest with little will be dishonest with much. And that just goes to show, like, God, he's not gonna increase in you, in your life, obviously, if you're not doing what you need to do with what he's already blessed you with. It can be literally anything. You have something in your head right now, maybe you needed a new job or money opportunities, or it can go from your health, your body's health, finances, even I guess moving up spiritually and stuff like that. If you're not taking care of what you already have, you can ask the Lord. It starts with being thankful with what you got. You gotta be conscious of what you have first, of course. And then that's where the question comes in, like, are you taking care of everything you need to be taken care of? Even the gym too. I used to only just think of the gym as just a place to get my body, to look good or whatever. 'Cause I'm an athlete too, so I wanted to get stronger and to be able to compete at a higher level. But the reality is that we need the gym, especially for us men, for us believers, all right? Men and women, the gym, any physical activity is gonna help you, in time, especially in times of trouble, in times when you're feeling the weakest, as far as discipline goes, as far as like your own energy goes, to do the things that you need to be doing, just anything to do with the mind in general. That gym or any physical activity is gonna help you just kind of stay focused, just kind of have that accountability there, to where you're pushing the limits or succeeding in any kind of way, because there's just that thing with the mind. We all know that if you're struggling and you're sitting, you're just sitting inside, like not doing any physical activity, you drinking pops and stuff, it's gonna make you feel even worse, because then you start to get overweight and you start to grow unhealthy, You know, it's gonna make you feel even worse about your situation, about yourself, about all of these things. To where if you're just getting it done, you know, there's gonna be that edge there. So, you know, I guess where I wanted to go with that is that even God, He gave me the opportunity to go work out. You know, got the gym membership at the Y. You know what I mean? Like this body, this healthy body. Like if I'm not taking care of it, you know, who's to say? What am I to say that I can just, you know, do good with anything else or whatever I'm trying to do in life if I'm not getting this discipline down? All right, I can't think of examples, but I believe y'all know where I'm trying to get to. So yeah, and so that's the physical side of things that we need to get down. You know what I mean? And the spiritual things, you know, I just had to think about this yesterday or earlier. Like, we are in a constant spiritual war. Like here, I'm just chilling. I'm walking outside. You know, you can be chilling with your boys. You know, you listening to music too. But spiritually, right? It's a war. You know, World War II. Like, but it's constant. Understand? It's constant. It's never stopping. And you know, I watched a video earlier about, you know, if you're really following Christ, and it talked about how, you know, there's comfort and then there's a life of sacrifice, you know, uncomfortability. You know, that's what this walk is about, you know. We can't be afraid of just the hard times that we're gonna face, you know, and even that, even through all those, we're more than conquerors in Christ, you know. The same Spirit who rose Jesus from the dead lives in us, you know, those who call upon the name of the Lord. So even when we're weak in those moments, we're strong, you know. You got to believe that failures or so-called failures in life, because that's what we're really scared of when it comes to picking up our cross and stuff. We're scared of failures. We're scared of what men will think. We're scared of just staying stuck in that cycle. You know, you may lose hope. You've been in a cycle for the longest, you know. But in reality, just look at the big picture. You know, all that does is bring you closer to the Lord. You know, and you know deep down that if you choose God in those moments, then He won't fail you. You know, how many times have you failed yourself in times of trial and stuff? You know, we can't walk this life alone. That's why we have God. That's why we have Jesus, you know. So yeah, we're in a war, and the Bible, you know, Christ, he did not come to bring peace. I know that sounds crazy. He is our peace, you know. He didn't come to bring peace generally, but a sword, you know. Because we should be glad that's the case, because we live in a broken world. We live in a world where, you know, it's a spiritual war. So we want our commander, we want our chief to be a god of war, you know, one who you guys know where I'm getting at. But as far as us as believers, you know, when we do be obedient, when we do not, you know, faint in times, in these tough times, you know, that's when we really receive, that's when we really feel the true blessings. We already received the blessings, but we can block ourselves from feeling it and really receiving it. So, and also, like, no matter what, Christ, He's gonna be our peace. He's gonna be our joy. You know, it won't make sense either. You know, you would barely be able to explain the peace to the average person that you have within you. You know, especially when you're being obedient, especially when you're getting things done, you know. And also, in the Bible it says, whether you eat or drink, whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. So that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to, you know, take care of our business, right? We can't expect God to pour into us, or to, at least we should get it done before you even think about asking for more, you know. I guess that's all I wanted to say in this video. Y'all be good, all right? Peace.